today's market, there are plenty of full-size SUVs for consumers to choose from. In this episode of Queer for Cars, we're going to find out whether the Genesis GV80 meets or beats the competition. Stay tuned. It's William Westhopper from Queer for Cars, and we're here with the 2021 Genesis GV80, and this vehicle is set up with the 2.5 turbo engine, and it's in rear-wheel drive. Now, there is a GV80 with a larger powertrain of 3.5, and of course there are GV80s in 3.5 and 2.5 engines with all-wheel drive. That is not what this is. This is a rear-wheel drive 2.5 turbo engined GV80. You'll notice that this four-door SUV styled vehicle, and I'm going to say SUV styled because this one is rear-wheel drive and not all-wheel drive. I personally feel an SUV should be all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. It has four doors with generous space to get in and out of, a very accessible hatch that you can get your gear, your luggage, whatever it is that you need to get out of. Also, what we're very impressed with this vehicle are the 20-inch tires. They ride very well, and they are not the low-profile sport tires, so it gives it a little bit better ride, help with the handling, making it very secure. Let's go ahead and take a look inside of the GV80. Genesis interiors tend to lead toward functional luxury as opposed to opulent luxury that you might find in a Bentley or a Maybach. The taupe and beige interior is highlighted by the piping on the seats and the contrasting coloring on the dash, console, and side panels. The $3,900 optional advanced package brings in ventilated front seats, as you can see by the tiny holes in the seat covering. Underneath the center console, you'll find a small pass-through area that you can use to secure small items. Notice the adjustable interior ambient lighting throughout the front cabin. The heated, on the optional advanced package, steering wheel has a large oval center pad with easy-to-use switches on either side. The $4,240 optional Prestige package replaces the standard 12-way front power leatherette seats with leather seating surfaces throughout the vehicle, and the plastic crystal-like gear shift dial and controller for the 14.5-inch high-definition center navigation screen. The glass panoramic roof is part of the advanced package. The front glass opens fully or lifts for venting and has glass for front and rear passengers. The interior is spacious, well-designed. The center console features an open-pore matte finish wood trim with cup holders with plenty of places to hold things like your phone and other items, including a very large center console storage box. So let's take a look at the back seat of the GV80. The second row bench seat accommodates 3 across. With the optional Prestige package, it adds heated outboard seats. A fold-down center armrest eliminates the third seat and provides a slide-out dual cup holder. Do not expect a lot of comfort from that center second row seat. On the back of the 2 front seats, you will find 2 pull-out map storage cubies. And at the rear of the center console, you will find HVAC controls for the rear seat. Notice that they are not dual right and left control. And you'll also find heated seat controls for the 2 outboard seats. 2 USB outlets and 1 120-volt standard 3-prong plug outlet. But you will not find a 12-volt cigarette lighter outlet like you find in many modern cars today, where you would have to plug in an adapter. And who has used one of those plugs for anything since we had bag phones in the 90s? Second row seats feature 60/40 fold-down backs, allowing you to carry longer items in the rear cargo area. And there is something to be said when a car door makes that thunk noise. You don't hear that on a lot of modern cars, especially the cars, the Asian-made cars. But on the Genesis, you get that feeling of strong, solid door closer. We've all been there. We've come up to our vehicles and we want to open the rear gate, but we can't because our hands are full. Well, this vehicle has a proximity key that opens up on its own without me pushing the key, no kick underneath, no pushing the button. Now, you don't have to use the button to close the door. You can also hit this button here and the rear hatch will close. So there are two buttons, the right and then the left. But it doesn't come back. 12-volt outlet, plenty of tie-down spots, places for here. Now oftentimes these run on a track, but it's not. Wherever, you just got to pull it in there and lock that. For package shelf, package cargo area cover. Underneath, tools, and even, yes, even, a spare tire, full-size donut spare tire here. Can you believe that? Good insulation in the back. Plenty of places for hiding storage items. Manual straightening up of the rear seats to position, and they do recline. So let's go ahead and have a look at the engine of the Genesis GV80. Now this is the 2.5 turbo engine. It's a 4-cylinder engine and has plenty of power and performance on this rear-wheel drive vehicle. The only thing that I would say that I'm not overly thrilled with is that with that smaller engine and the rear-wheel drive, I would like to see a little higher MPGs. So let's talk about the driving experience of the 2021 GV80. So you get in, and what you first notice is that the left seat moves back for you, so it's easier to get in. Now, some people don't like that, and others do. Now, it's a pretty hot day, so when I turn the car on, the air conditioning is going to run today, and we're going to turn down the radio. So one of the things that I like in all vehicles is the fact that you have the QI charger there for your phone, and I have a larger Samsung S10 with an OtterBox case. It fits in there very well. There are also two USB outlets inside there. One connects to the car and one's just for charging, which is very nice. The cup holders are here, and I believe that they are cooled. I certainly know that it is cooled inside the console, which is nice. Now, one of the things that I like about this vehicle is that there's the main screen and then there's the HVAC controls. The only thing I found that I don't really like about the HVAC controls is that when you go ahead and you turn your knob here, you can also be touching the cooled seats thing. I've done that a couple of times and wondered why my seat was getting cooled. And today, because it is 90 degrees here in Washington, D.C., I'm going to turn that on. So there's that. So it has a nice control. You can control the rear HVAC from here. Each front seat has its own separate temperatures. You can sync them if you want. That's great. So the dash works out nicely. It has a nice simple screen. You can make it one big one. You can go to menu, that you can hit that there for menu, or you can do it all from here as well. So there's a bunch of different things that you can do in there. All right, so next, Let's go ahead and take a drive in this vehicle. This has a rotary dial gear selector, which at first I didn't like because you would just turn it and it didn't seem to do anything. But it's kind of a crystally looking, but it's plastic. It's plastic crystal. It has a pretty look to it. It doesn't have a crystal feel to it, which Genesis could do a little bit better, since Genesis is the upscale brand of this vehicle. So when you compare this vehicle to a BMW X5, a Mercedes-Benz GLE, it's pretty much in that same range size-wise. Though I was thinking that this vehicle would be equal in many ways to those brands, but I'm not quite sure that that is true for my experience after driving this for several hundred miles on a long road trip. So some semi-autonomous driving operation on this vehicle. The camera's watching for things. It's not telling me to put my hands on the wheel. As you see, I'm holding off on putting my hands on the wheel, and it's moving along. It's in this mode where it is looking for, it's following the car in front of us at the speed in front of us. And we're in a pretty high traffic area right now, so I'm not going to do a whole lot. So let's go ahead and try what Hyundai calls Smart Park. Let's go ahead and try that all off the key. First of all, lock the vehicle, which we've locked it. Start the vehicle. There, it started. Now let's just get it to move on its own. And if I were to walk in front of it, now let's get it to move backwards. Come back to me. Here, GV80. Here, GV80. Come here, honey. Come here, sweetheart. Come on, come on. Come on, let me see. You're going to run into me? Let's see if you run into me. Okay, so it didn't run into me, and I'm still pushing the button. So here it is, the GV80. If you're interested in a full-size SUV-styled wagon vehicle, 4 doors, seating for 5. If you want to move up to 7, seating for 7 in the 3.5 with the added 3rd row. This is a possible contender for you, but it is a very, very tight market. If this is the kind of vehicle you're looking for, the GV80 certainly should be something that you should check out. Thank you for watching this episode of Queer for Cars as we looked at the Genesis GV80 2.5 turbo rear-wheel drive in prestige trim. If you like this video, please smash that like button and follow us for more videos on car and truck reviews and the automotive lifestyle. If you want to know more about automobiles and trucks on our website, come to queerforcars.com. Until next time.